सो हेलो एस्पिरेंट, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। सो आज का हमारा टॉपिक है नेशनल अपॉइंटमेंट्स। नेशनल अपॉइंटमेंट्स जो कि 2022 से लेकर के 2023 तक, रिसेंट अभी लेटेस्ट तक जो भी नेशनल लेवल पे अपॉइंटमेंट्स हुए हैं डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में, डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स में, उसकी फर्दर अपडेट्स है। ये एक क्विक रिवीजन होगा, ठीक है। स्टार्टिंग विद द फर्स्ट अपॉइंटमेंट, पहले है हमारे जनार्दन प्रसाद। Janardhan Prasad has been appointed as a Director General of a Geological Survey of India, that is GSI. Done. So, who is Janardhan Prasad? So, Janardhan Prasad, he is an expert in metallurgy and mineral exploration studies. He is a resident of Aurangabad district and an alumnus of a Patna University, Bihar. Furthermore, about his past experience, he was the part of the Justice M.B. Shah Commission. What does this commission do? It is for the inquiry into the illegal minings of iron and manganese in Andhra Pradesh, Goa, Jharkhand, Karnataka, Chhattisgarh and Odisha. So what does this Geological Survey of India does do? When was it set up? It was set up in 1851 under the British colonial rule, primarily to find out coal deposits for the railway under the Ministry of Mines. So this is the first appointment. The Janardhan Prasad has been appointed as the Director General of Geological Survey of India. Coming to the next appointment, next is Hasmukh Adhia. So Hasmukh Adhia has been appointed as a chairman of a Gift City Limited. So what does this Gift City Limited is? So Gift City Limited is responsible for the development of a Gujarat International Finance Tech City. So it is India's first smart city located in Gandhinagar. So about Hasmukh Adhia, he was the former Union Finance Secretary and a Revenue Secretary of India. So you have to just remember about Hasmukh Adhia. He's been appointed as a chairman of Gift City Limited. Then there comes the next appointment, Ravi Sinha, one of the most important appointment. He has been appointed as a Chief of Research and Analysis Wing, that is RAW. As you all aware of RAW, RAW is an India's external intelligence agency established in 1968. Before that, the Intelligence Bureau handled the India's internal intelligence and also the external intelligence. So, who was the first director of RAW? He was R.N. Kao. So, you have to remember this appointment, that is Ravi Sinha. Ravi Sinha has been appointed as a Chief of Research and Analysis Wing, that is RAW. Coming to the next appointment, Amit Agarwal. Amit Agarwal has been appointed as a CEO of Unique Identification Authority of India, that is UIDAI. So what is UIDAI? So UIDAI is a statutory authority established under the Aadhaar Act of 2016, but it was established on 28th January 2009 as functioned as an attached office of the then Planning Commission. So as we know about, Planning Commission has been decommissioned, and further now the new Ayog has been formed, that is Niti Ayog, under the chairmanship of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So what is the objective of this UIDAI? It is to issue Aadhaar, that is a 12-digit UID to all the residents of India. As all the citizens of India have this Aadhaar card to show up your citizens, or you can say a proof of your residencies. Furthermore, the first UID number was issued on 29th September 2010 to the resident of Nadur Bar. And you have to just remember this appointment. Amit Agarwal has been appointed as a CEO of a Unique Identification Authority of India. Coming to the next. Next is Subodh Kumar Singh. Subodh Kumar Singh has been appointed as Director General of a National Testing Agency, that is NTA. What is this NTA? So NTA was established in 2018 and was approved in 2017. Registered under Indian Societies Registration Act of 1860. What is the objective of this NTA? It is to conduct an entrance examination for educational institutions. Like as you know, the CUCET exams, the further more exams of examination level to the graduation levels, all are conducted under the NTA. So Subodh Kumar has been appointed as a Director General of a National Testing Agency. Coming to the next appointment, next is Nitin Agarwal. Nitin Agarwal has been appointed as Director General of Border Security Force, BSF, the first line of defense. So BSF was raised on 1st December 1965 by Padma Vibhushan K.F. Rustamji. So K.F. Rustamji has raised this BSF, this paramilitary force. K.F. Rustamji is a Padma Vibhushan and has raised this BSF on 1st December 1965. So it is one of the 7 Central Armed Police Forces CAPF of India. As you know, CAPF comes under Home Ministry. So Home Ministries, and the 7 Central Armed Forces are like CRPF, CISF, ITBP, Assam Rifles. These all comes under the, and even the SSF, Special Security Forces, also comes under this Central Armed Forces. So these are one of the, BSF is also one of the Central Armed Police Forces. Furthermore, Border Security Force guard around 2725 km on the western frontiers and the 4096 km on the eastern frontiers of India. It might be like in the Pakistan borders and the Bangladesh borders. Furthermore, in addition, it takes a pleasure in serving the nation on the line of control, counter-insurgency and anti-Naxal operations etc. So you have to just remember that Nitin Agarwal has been appointed as a Director General of a Border Security Force. Done. Coming to the next appointment, it is all about Rashmi Shukla. So Rashmi Shukla has been appointed as a Director General of SSB. It is also a CAPF. It also comes under the Central Armed Police Force. So Rashmi Shukla has been appointed as a Director General of Sashastra Seema Bal. SSB, so is the border guarding force deployed along Nepal and Bhutan borders. Meanwhile, it is all for mountaineers, the mountaineers soldiers who has been we can say recruited in the Sashastra Seema Bal. In regardless with Assam Rifles also, ITBP also, these also police forces have been allocated and deployed on the regions of Himalayas. Furthermore, the previous organizations, the Special Service Bureau now has Sashastra Seema Bal was created in March 1963. So further, the previous name was Special Service Bureau. So you have to remember about this, that Rashmi Shukla has been appointed as a Director General of Sashastra Seema Bal. Coming to the next, the Praveen Kumar Srivastav. Praveen Kumar Srivastav has been appointed as a Central Vigilance Commissioner. It is one of the most important, you can say, a post in the central level. What does it do? So since December 2023 year, Mr. Srivastav had been working as an acting Central Vigilance Commissioner CVC following the completion of his predecessors Suresh and Patel tenure. So what does this Central Vigilance Commissioner, Central Vision does? It basically inquires on the, you can say, corruption charges and you can say misconception charges reported on any ministers or you can say bureaucrat. So this is all about the Central Vigilance Commissioners does. Then there comes the next appointment. It is all about Dr. K. Govindaraj. Dr. Govindaraj has been appointed as a President of International Basketball Federation FIBA Asia. What is FIBA? FIBA Asia is a zone within the International Basketball Federation that contains all Asians FIBA Federation members. The International Basketball Federation, more commonly known as FIBA, was founded in 1932. Headquarters is Mainz in Switzerland. So you have to remember that. Just one liner, the Dr. K. Govindaraj has been appointed as a President of Indian Basketball Federation FIBA Asia. Done. Coming to the next appointment, he is Ajit Agarkar, a famous known cricketer. Ajit Agarkar has been appointed as a Chief Selector of India men's cricket team. So currently the ICC World Cup 2020, you can say Asia Cup also and the World Cup also, the team members which has been selected for the World Cup has been appointed by this Ajit Agarkar selected teams. So who is Ajit Agarkar? Ajit Agarkar was a former India's fast bowler and he has played around 26 tests for India, 191 one-days internationals and 4 T20s match takings and total amount. These are such a, if you have not remember this type of things, just remember that Ajit Agarkar has been appointed as the Chief Selector for India's men's cricket team. Then there comes the next appointee, that is R.N. Jayaprakash. So R.N. Jayaprakash has been appointed as the President of the Swimming Federation of India, that is SFI. So SFI is a national governing body for aquatic sports in India. Meanwhile, whatever the sports which are under the water, or you can say the aquatic sports on a water level, these sports are called the SFI, that is Swimming Federations of India. So RN Jayaprakash has been appointed as a swimming federation, president of the Swimming Federation of India. Coming to the next appointment, next is Dr. Manoj Soni. So one of the most important appointees in 2023, Dr. Manoj Soni, he has been appointed as a UPSC chairman. So Dr. Manoj Soni has served 3 terms as a vice chancellor. So what is UPSC? As you all are preparing for the UPSC, as one who is preparing for government exams must know about what is UPSC. UPSC is an, you can say, organization under the government which recruits different you can say IAS, IPS, different central A level jobs, plus the officers in the defense also, plus the medical officers also, like IES in the engineering sections also. So different posts are recruited by the UPSC. UPSC conducts the examinations for the recruitments. Okay, so UPSC was founded as a public service commission on 1st of October 1926, established on the recommendation made by Lee Commissions in 1924, articles 315 to 323 in part 14 of the Constitution of India, provisions for the establishment of UPSC and state PCS. So you have to remember that article 315 tells us about the public service commissions for union and for the states, and what is the appointment and terms of the office of members is mentioned in the article 316 of the Constitution. So you have remembered that Manoj Soni has been appointed as a chairman of a UPSC. Done. Then there comes the next is BVR Subramaniam. So he has been appointed as a Chief Executive Officer, CEO of a Niti Aayog. As we have just have come to the terms of Niti Aayog before, also like Planning Commission has been renamed and restructured as a Niti Aayog. So Arvind Veermani, an economist, basically his name is Arvind Veermani, has been appointed as a Niti Aayog full-time member on 16th November 2022. So who are the other members of Niti Aayog? So full-time members are VK Srivastava and VK Srivastava, the former DRDO chief, and then comes the VK Paul, the public health expert, and then so I was saying that the Chief Executive Officer, CEO of Niti Aayog has been BVR Subramaniam has been appointed as Chief Executive Officer of Niti Aayog. Done. So who is Arvind Veermani? So Arvind Veermani, appointed as a Niti Aayog full-time member. So other full-time members of Niti Aayog are VK Srivastava, the former DRDO chief, Ramesh Chand, the agriculture expert, VK Paul, the public health expert, Niti Aayog vice chairman Suman Beri. So Prime Minister is the chairman of Niti Aayog, as we discussed earlier also, and Niti Aayog was formed on 1st January 2015. Headquarters is in Delhi. Coming to the next appointment is A.K. Jain. So A.K. Jain has been appointed as a chairman of Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board, PNGRB. So PNGRB is a statutory body constituted under the Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board Act of 2006. What is the function of this board? It is to regulate of refining, transportation, distribution, storage, marketing, supply and sales of the petroleum products and natural gas. So coming, what have to remember, A.K. Jain has been appointed as a chairman of a petroleum and a natural gas regulatory board. Coming to the next appointment, he is Anil Kumar Lahoti. So Anil Kumar Lahoti has been appointed as a chairman and a CEO of Railway Board. So chairperson and CEO of Indian Railway Board is the administrative head of the Indian Railways. So whatever the administration, whatever the regulations which are made in Indian Railways will be conducted by Anil Kumar Lahoti, who has been appointed as a chairman and CEO of Railway Board. Done. Then there comes next the Dinesh Kumar Shukla. So Dinesh Kumar Shukla has been appointed as a chairman of Atomic Energy Regulatory Board, AERB. So who is Dinesh Kumar Shukla? So Dinesh Kumar Shukla is an senior nuclear scientist. And what is this board forms? It was founded on 15th November 1983 and headquarters is in Mumbai. So AERB celebrates the National Safety Day on 4th March. The mission of the AERB is to ensure use of ionizing radiation and the nuclear energy in India does not cause undue risk to the health of people and the environment. So you have to remember that one of the most important, you can say, appointees has been done to Dinesh Kumar Shukla as the chairman of Atomic Energy Regulation Board. As you know, the atomic energies are one of the hazardous and you can say harmful for any of the citizens, any of the environment being, you can say, in the localities of this industries and the formations. Then there comes the next appointees, the Praveen Sood. Praveen Sood has been appointed as a director of a Central Bureau of Investigation. So, what was his past? So, previously he was a Director General of Police in Karnataka. Recently, Ajay Bhatnagar appointed as a Special Director in CBI. CBI was founded in 1963, formerly known as a Special Police Establishment that came into existence in 1941. Established on the recommendation of K. Santhana Committee on Prevention of Corruption Act 1962-1964. It is not a statutory body because it derives the power from the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act of 1946. So remember that Praveen Sood has been appointed as a director of a Central Bureau of Investigation, and Central Bureau of Investigation is not a statutory body. It derives its power from the Delhi's Special Police Establishment Act of 1946. Coming to the next appointments, next is Ajit Kumar Mohanty. So Ajit Kumar Mohanty has been appointed as a chairman of a Atomic Energy Commission and a secretary of a Department of Energy. So let us know about more something about this Ajit Kumar Mohanty. So he is a well-known physicist and is also served as a director of a Bhabha Atomic Research BARC Center, which is located in Trombay, Mumbai. BARC was founded in 1954 by Dr. Homji Bhabha. So Atomic Energy Commission, what does this, since Ajit Kumar has been appointed as the Atomic Energy Commission chairman, so what is Atomic Energy Commission of India? Is a governing body of a Department of Atomic Energy, DAE, the Government of India. Furthermore, the Atomic Energy Commission was first set up in 1948 August month. So what does the Department of Atomic Energy does? So it was set up on the 3rd of August 1954 under the direct charge of Prime Minister through a presidential order. Subsequently, in accordance with the government resolution dated from March 1, 1958, the Atomic Energy Commission was established in DAE. So meanwhile, the Atomic Energy Commission is a part of the Department of Energy, Atomic Energy. Since the Secretary to the Government of India and Department of Atomic Energy is the ex officio chairman of this commission. Understand? Then comes the next appointment, who is Siddharth Mohanty. Siddharth Mohanty has been appointed as the chairman of a Life Insurance Corporation of India, that is LIC. So he will serve until 29th June of 2024. LIC was established in 1956 by the Government of India. What is the objective of LIC? It is to spread life insurance in particular to the rural areas to reach all the insurable persons in the country. So you have to remember that Siddharth Mohanty has been appointed as a chairman of a Life Insurance Corporation of India. Then there comes the Deepak Mohanty. These both are Mohantys. So Deepak Mohanty has been appointed as the chairman of a Pension Fund Regulatory Development Authority, that is PFRDA. So PFRDA was established in 2003. It is a statutory regulatory body under the PFRDA Act 2013, and it was notified on 1st of February 2014. So what is the objective of this fund authority? It is to promote and regulate and development of the pension industry in India. So Deepak Mohanty has been appointed as chairman of the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. Coming to the next, Jishnu Barua. Jishnu Barua has been appointed as a chairperson of a Power Regulator Central Electricity Regulatory Commission CERC. So CERC was initially constituted under the Electricity Regulatory Commissions Act 1998 on 24th July 1998. So what does this functions? It functions to regulate the tariffs of power generating companies owned or controlled by the government of India. So it is all about planning and regulating the tariffs of power generating companies, or we can say the PSUs, which generates the electricity. Then it is a statutory body. CERC is a statutory body. Come to the next appointment. It is all the Mahavir Singh Fogart. The movies, I think the movie name is, I can't remember the movie name, which had been Amir Khan has been done in the lead hero. Let us see. He has been Mahavir Singh Fogart has been appointed as a chairman of a MMA1 federation. What is this MMA? It is a federation, India's leading mixed martial art federation. The legendary wrestling coach Mahavir Singh Fogart is responsible for promoting mixed martial arts MMA in India. Done. The next appointment is Kalikesh Narayan Singh Deo. Kalikesh Narayan Singh Deo has been appointed as a president of the National Rifle Association of India. So it is an apex body for shooting sports in India. It was founded in 1951. And who was the founding president of this association? G.V. Mavlankar. So you have to remember that Kalikesh Narayan Singh Deo has been appointed as a president of a National Rifle Association of India. Coming to the next appointment. Next is Vikram Dev Dutt. Vikram Dev Dutt has been appointed as a Director General in Directorate of General of Civil Aviation, that is DGCA. DGCA is an attached office of Ministry of Civil Aviation. You have to mention in comments that who is the minister of this DGCA, or you can say Civil Aviation, Ministry of Civil Aviation. So DGCA is a regulatory body in the field of civil aviation, primarily dealing with safety issues, which headquarters in New Delhi. So you have to remember that Director General Vikram Dev Dutt has been appointed as a Director General in DGCA. So coming to the next appointment. Next is R. Venkatramani. So R. Venkatramani has been appointed as a senior advocate in the Supreme Court of India. The senior advocate, he was previously a senior advocate in Supreme Court of India, has been appointed as a Attorney General of India. So you have to remember that new Attorney General of India has been appointed, naming as R. Venkatramani. So he has been appointed on October 1st, 2022. He will appoint, you can say the terms of his office will be till October 2025. Meanwhile, appointment for 3 years. Furthermore, the Attorney General is the Government of India's first law officer and has a right of audience in all courts of the country. So he is a legal advisor to the President also and to the Government of India also. Done. So under Article 76 Clause 1, the Attorney General is appointed by the President. So under Article 88 of a Constitution, the Attorney General shall have the right to speak in and otherwise to take part in the proceedings of either of the houses, that is Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, or in any joint sitting of the houses, and also in any committees, like there are 16 committees of the government. So in any committees of the Parliament which he may be named as a member. However, he shall not, virtue of this article, to be entitled to vote in the houses. So whenever the voting is going on, the Attorney General is not entitled to vote. Done. So you have to remember one of the most important, you can say, update and of this Government of India's appointees, that is R. Venkatramani. So R. Venkatramani has been appointed as Attorney General of India. So you have to remember that under Article 76 Clause 1 of your Constitution, the Attorney General is appointed by the President, and under Article 88, the Attorney General shall have right to speak in you can say take part in proceedings of the houses, either houses, joint sittings, and you can say committees of the Parliament, which he may be named as a member. Done. Coming to the next appointment, that is Justice Rituraj Awasthi. Justice Rituraj Awasthi, a retired Chief Justice of Karnataka of High Court, has been appointed as a chairman of 22nd Law Commission of India. So Justice Rituraj, who was previously a retired Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court, has been appointed as a chairman of a 22nd Law Commission of India. Who were the other members of this commission? Justice K.T. Sankaran, Professor Anand Paliwal, Professor D.P. Verma, Professor Dr. Raka Arya, and M. Karunanaithi. These were the other members of this commission, that is Law Commission. Law Commission of India, as a non-statutory body that is constituted by the notification of the Government of India. The first Law Commission of Independent India was established in 1955. So you have to remember that the chairman of 22nd Law Commission has been appointed, the naming as a Justice Rituraj Awasthi. Next is Santosh Kumar Yadav. He has been appointed as a chairman of a National Highways Authorities of India, that is NHAI. So NHA was set up by an act of the Parliament, NHAI Act of 1988. The authority, however, became operational in February 1995 after the 7 years. So it has been entrusted with the national highways development projects, which along with the other minor projects has vested in around 50,329 kilometers of the national highways for development, maintenance and management. So NHAI is one of the most important thing for the transport services, like it has to maintain, develop and manage the national highways of India, whether it's in the rainy regions or you can say in the southern regions. Everywhere the NHAI works for the developments. Done. So Santosh Kumar Yadav has been appointed as chairman of the NHAI. Coming to the next is Lieutenant General M.V. Suchindra Kumar. So M.V. Suchindra Kumar has been appointed as the Vice Chief of Army Staff. So he has commanded around 59. He has commanded the 59th Rashtriya Rifles Battalion, Assam, an infantry brigade and an infantry division on the line of control, that is LOC, and the highly active White Knight Corps in Northern Command. Chief of Army Staff is General Manoj Pandey. Done. Next is Air Marshal Ashutosh Dixit. So Ashutosh Dixit, Air Marshal. So Air Marshal Ashutosh Dixit has been appointed as the Deputy Chief of the Air Staff. So he participated in Operation Safed Sagar air operations in the Kargil areas of 1999. Wherever the Air Marshals comes, it comes under the Air Force. Done. Is Ashutosh Dixit has coming from the Air Force. So Operation Safed Sagar, it was operations on a Kargil areas in 1999. So Air Marshal Ashutosh Dixit was a part in Operation Safed Sagar, and also in Operation Raksak, Chief of Air Staff, Chief Marshal Vivek Ram Chaudhary. So you have to remember that he is a Deputy Chief, Ashutosh Dixit, and the Chief of Air Staff is Air Chief Marshal Vivek Ram Chaudhary. Coming to the next is Vice Admiral Sanjay Jasit Singh. He is a Vice Chief of Navy. In recognition of his distinguished service, the flag officer was awarded as a Nausena Medal in 2009 and Ati Vishisht Seva in Medal 2020. So who is the Chief of Naval Staff? He is Admiral R. Hari Kumar. So these were the appointments which has been done till now. So we are just concluding our this topic appointments. Thank you so much. Coming with the next portion of appointments of Supreme Court, High Court, and other international appointments. So thank you so much.